Previously on Virtual Teen Classic Graphic Novel Reading.
Greetings, Teen Zone fans. It's Mr. Tony, chapping the cap, joining you once again to continue with the wonderful, although at times disturbing, true story in graphic novel form of Mouse, A Survivor's Tale. So, the last time we met, we left off in the middle of chapter 2 of volume 2. Let's see if this will move that along. Oh yeah, here we go. Yep. Yeah, it's a little tricky, this technology. But anyway, volume 2, where my finger is there to get that out of the way. There's the Roman numeral 2. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So let me screen share here. Let's get to the sharing. We're gonna go with there, where we left off. All right, here we are. And I got my fancy magnifying glass going over here too, so. All right. Let's begin where we left off. If you had still a healthy body to work, they passed you through and gave you another uniform until it came the next skeleton. See, all these people, they're being evaluated for labor. Okay. When first I came, I was very strong then and came well to the good side. The ones that had not so lucky, the SS wrote down their number and sent to the other side. The second skeleton, I was in the barrack, and in the bed up from me was a fine boy, a Belgian. I dreamed my wife was alive. She was cooking a giant roast with thick gravy and fried. That's the kid talking. Stop, Felix. Don't think about food. We were expecting dinner guests and waited and waited. And then gong rang. I woke up without even tasting the block spear. Uh-oh. A block spear. This meant you must not step out from the room. Must be like a lockdown. Okay. Keep in mind now we're back in Riga Park. And this is Vladek speaking with his son, Art, right? Walking down the street, telling a story. So we're going to pop between the two stories of the story being told to the son and the father going back and showing the images, and Art showing his images of Auschwitz. Okay. They took then the Jews to a skeleton. I came again to the good side, but this Belgian, he had maybe a rash, and they wrote his number. Anytime they could take him, all night he cried and screamed. Here, Felix, have a piece of bread. Sob. Look, they're going to kill all of us here eventually. You this week, me the next. None of us can escape it. You must be brave. And who knows, maybe not even your turn yet. But later, he again started. Oh! What could I do? I couldn't tell the Germans they won't take him. And the next day, they took. So in the tin shop, I had still the same story with Yiddle. Only one apple for me today? Is business bad, Mr. Capitalist? What happened to the shoemaker who worked in there? A lot of the Polish prisoners were sent to camps inside the Reich. They took some of my boys, too. I ran to the capo in charge from all the shop. Do you need a new shoemaker? Sure, the SS took the old one away, but they're still bringing shoes in. You know, I've been a shoemaker since childhood. You don't look like a shoemaker to me. You're a tin man. Do I have to have it written on my forehead? All right, then fix this. I learned a little shoe fixing watching how they worked when I was with my cousin Milok there in the ghetto shoe shop. To fix such an open sole, I knew to take a double thread smeared with wax, and then a hole and push a thread only halfway, and put the upper part. Put 2 holes even in the sole. Bring the thread then through these holes. Cross the thread from the top and bottom, both ends, through a new hole in the sole, and repeat so until the shoe is closed. And so it's made. You can't even see it has stitches. You're better than the last shoemaker. You see, it's good to know how to do everything. So now I was a shoemaker. I had there a warm and private room where I sit. Ha! I knew you were an expert tin man, but I never knew you had so many other talents. This is a new boot. I don't want your repair to show. It's a bad rip. I'll do my best. If it doesn't look brand new by tomorrow, you won't be here anymore. Understand me? And here I didn't get any more to worry. Will Yiddle get me out? So going from work, I hid this boot to sneak it to a real shoemaker in Auschwitz. I knew to fix soles and heels, but what this Gestapo wanted, I needed a specialist. So can you fix this? I'll give you a day's ration of bread. For a day's ration of bread, I can fix anything. I watched carefully how he did, so next time I can save myself such a bread. The next day I had the boot ready for the Gestapo. He left the boot and went without one word. And he came back with a whole sausage. You did a good job. You know what this was? A whole sausage? You can't imagine. I cut with a shoe knife and ate so fast, I was a little sick after. I couldn't anymore make a business smuggling with Polish workers from here as a shoemaker, but still I was well off. The Gestapo, when I fixed his boot, recommended me, so his friends wanted I'll fix also their shoes, and paid me food. I shared sometimes to the capo in charge. I just organized some eggs. Want one? What a friendly Jew. Sure. We can cook them on my heater. If you want to live, it's good to be friendly. And here's a little bread for our meal. Great. Say, what are all those buildings they're putting up there? They're putting up there. Just some new workshops. They're expanding the union worker munition, the union work munitions factory. And they're putting up some barracks to move some women workers from Birkenau over there. My wife is in Birkenau. Maybe I could get her into one of those barracks. Ha! Impossible. It would cost a fortune in bribes. He unwrapped some cheese and ate himself a piece. Please, I could have a piece of paper? Well, sure, I can let you have the paper, but not the cheese. I need to write over to Anya. Even the paper was hard to have there. My friends came always to me when they needed. I found and saved for the toilet most used a piece from their clothing or their hand. Why didn't other people save paper? You know how most people are. So I wrote over to Anya that now I am a shoemaker, and I hear about the new barracks. And Mancy took it. She was so good, always she took. On the back from my letter, Anya wrote how much she wanted only to come to such barracks near to me. Anya's barrack was maybe 1,000 girls with a bad capo, what hit everybody, what came near. Sneak! I saw you take a second piece of bread. No, And she had leather boots, not wood. They were in a very bad shape, but really leather. Nice boots. It's a pity the soles are coming apart. So, what do you care? You could send them to my husband. He's a shoemaker in Auschwitz. Oh, really? So she arranged the boots over to me. Of course, I fixed very nice the shoes, and the capo then was very different with Anya. That soup can is too heavy for you. Come, rest in my room until the appel. Very difficult. They're very different. I thought only how happy would be to have Anya so near to me in these new barracks. It could be arranged for 100 cigarettes and a bottle of vodka, but this was a fortune. 1 day's bread, 3 cigarettes, 2 cigarettes, 1 bottle of vodka. How could you get cigarettes? Each week to the workers, they gave us 3. They issued a luxury like that? Yeah. And if you don't smoke, you can exchange for bread. I starved a little to pay to bring Anya over. All what I organized, I kept in a box under my mattress. But when I came back one time from work, it's gone. I'm telling you, I wanted to cry. You left the box in the barracks. How could it not be taken? I didn't think of it. But everyone was starving to death. I guess I just don't understand. Yes, about Auschwitz, nobody can understand. So I saved a second fortune and gave over bribes to bring Anya close to me. And in the start of October 1944, I saw a few thousand women in these new barracks. And with them was Anya. This I arranged. It was the only time I was happy in Auschwitz. When nobody saw, I went back and forth until I saw her from going to make munitions. She went also back and forth until it was safe to approach over to my food packages. But one time it was very bad. Hey, you, stop! Bring that package and stop right there. Drop that package and stop right there. Stop! She ran. She didn't know where, into her own block. Only a friend from Anya was there as a room cleaner. Hide me, Leona, quick. Get under one of the blankets. I know you're in here someplace, and when I find you, I'll kill you right here on the spot. There was several rooms there and hundreds of beds. In one, Anya lay shaking, afraid to breathe even. I'll kill you! Kill you! For maybe an hour, like crazy, she ran from room to room, throwing upside down the beds. Bah! Get all the beds in order before the appel. Okay, Anya, it's safe now to come out. But this wasn't yet over. On the evening appel, she came again, this capo. The prisoner I chased this afternoon will now step forward. But Mother didn't step out. It will be better for you if you step out than if I find you. She came back and forth, looking into each face. But with the stripes, everyone looked all the same. If you know who she is, push her forward, or you'll all suffer. She made them to run, to jump, to bend until they couldn't anymore. Then more the same. For a few appels, it went so, but nobody of Anya's friends gave her out. You can imagine what she went through. I had to stop sending over such packages more to Anya. I lost, anyway, my job near to her soon after. My whole workshop, they closed out. They put us back to the main camp and took me for black work. Black work? Carrying back and forth big stones, digging out holes, each day different, but always the same, very hard. And God forbid you stopped only a minute to breathe. You got a hit to the head or worse. To me, they never hit because I worked all my muscles away. I'd like better indoors work. I liked better indoors work. I sometimes was a betnaxier, a bed after puller. After everyone fixed their bed, we came to fix better, so the straw looked square. What a crazy job. No, they wanted everything neat and in good order. But these days, I got too skinny, and it came again, a skeleton. Block spear! Now, it could be my turn. Right away, I ran inside the toilets, and somebody looked. I tell you, I had a bad stomach. I'll tell you, I had a bad stomach. I'll tell I had a bad stomach. What had I to lose? Nobody looked, so I sat, lucky, a whole skeleton. So, did you black work the rest of the time you were there? I had not, again, a new chance for a better job in Auschwitz. In Auschwitz together, I was 10 months. How long were you in quarantine teaching English? Maybe 2 months there. I had it good. There's a little timeline there. You told me about that. How many months were you in the tin shop? In this workshop, tin and shoe work combined, I was about 5 or 6 months. So black work lasted 3 months. Yeah, no, I remind myself. After the black work, I came again as a tin man with Yiddle for 2 months. But wait, what would be 12? That would be 12 months. You said you were there a total of 10. So take less time to the black work in Auschwitz. We didn't wear watches. Woohoo! I was looking for you. I was worried you were gone a long time. We finished then. You finished then? My bank papers? Uh-huh. And I made some sandwiches for lunch too. Great, I'm starving. If you made with white bread, I'm not allowed to eat. Such a good girl with my special bread. She knew to make. Malo wouldn't have done such a good sandwich. It was the only bread in the house. Want some tea or coffee? I can make. I have tea bag near the sink drying from breakfast. How did you become a tin man again? Mala could go for a whole evening out with her friends and leave me nothing cooked to eat or drink. You see how it is? I have now one more time an unnecessary suffering in my life. So how did you get back to the tin shop? When the Russians came near, the Germans made ready to run from Auschwitz. They needed tin man to pull apart the machineries of the gas chambers. They wanted to pack it all to Germany. There they could take also all the Jews to finish them in quiet. The Germans didn't want to leave anywhere a sign of all what they had did. You heard about the gas. But I'm telling not rumors, but only what really I saw. For this, I was an eyewitness. I came to one of the 4 Cremo buildings. It looked like a big bakery. From below ground in the gas room, we tin men had to take out the pipes and fans for ventilating. There's a diagram. You can see the diagram in the corner there of the gas chambers. This was a factory to make 1, 2, 3 ashes and smoke from all what came here. Underground undressing room, underground chamber. And there's the ovens. Might be easier to see without the magnifying glass. Underground, you see the rooms, you see the underground gas chamber, and then you see the ovens. Unbelievable. Special prisoners worked here separate. They got better bread, but each few months, they also were sent up the chimney. One from them showed me everything how it was. People believed really it was here a place for showers, so they were told. They came to a big room to undress their clothes. What looks so? Yes, here is a place so like they say. If I saw a couple months before how it was all arranged here, only one time I could see it. And everybody crowded inside into the shower room. The door closed hermetic, and the lights turned dark. Zyklon B, a pesticide, dropped into hollow columns. It was between 3 and 30 minutes. It depended how much gas they put. But soon was nobody anymore alive. The biggest pile of bodies lay right next to the door where they tried to get out. This guy who worked there, he told me, we pulled out the bodies apart with hooks, big piles, with the strongest on top, older ones and babies crushed below. Often the skulls were smashed. Their fingers were broken from trying to climb up the walls, and sometimes their arms were as long as their bodies, pulled from the sockets. Enough. I didn't want more to hear, but anyway, he told me. They pulled the bodies with an elevator up to the ovens, many ovens, and to each one they burned 2 or 3 at a time. To such a place finished my father, my sisters, my brothers, so many. What are they doing over there? Digging trenches in case the Russians attack. Trenches? Ha! Those are giant graves they're filling in. It started in May and went on all summer. They brought Jews from Hungary, too many for their ovens, so they dug those big cremation pits. The holes were big, so like the swimming pools of the Pines Hotel here. And train after train, the Hungarians came. And those what finished the gas chambers before they got pushed into the graves. It was the lucky ones. The others had to jump in the graves while they were still alive. Prisoners what worked there poured gasoline over the live ones and the dead ones. And the fat from the burning bodies they scooped and poured again so everyone could burn better. Jeez. It's 2:30. Look how the time is flying, and it's still so much to do today. It's dishes to clean, dinner to defrost, and my pills I haven't yet counted. I don't get it. Why didn't the Jews at least try to resist? It wasn't so easy, like you think. Everyone was so starving and frightened and tired. They couldn't believe even what's in front of their eyes. And the Jews lived always with hope. They hoped the Russians can come before the German bullet arrived from the gun into their head and whoops, crash. Oi, you see how my head is? It's my favorite dish now broke. It's only a dish. But why didn't they try to take just one Nazi with them? In some spots, people did fight, but they can kill maybe one German before they can kill fast 100 from you. Then it's everyone dead. In this way, it was also everyone dead. Nope. And this way, it was everyone. And this way, it was also everyone dead. Nope. Don't throw away. I can glue still together that plate. I guess I'll do the dishes now. No, you can defrost out the turkey legs. You only would break me the rest of my plates. That night, he's asleep at last. It's amazing how hard it is to spend a whole day with him. He just radiates so much tension. Poor guy. I guess he's worse than usual because of Mala. Nah, he's always that way. It's one of the reasons she did run off. Did you think they'll get back together? Do you think they'll get back together? I sure hope so. Otherwise, he's our responsibility, and I don't think I can take him for too much longer. Well, what's that noise? Oh, nothing. Just Vladik. He's moaning in his sleep again. When I was a kid, I thought that was the noise all grown-ups made, while they slept. It's so peaceful here at night. It's almost impossible to believe Auschwitz ever happened. Uh-huh. Ouch. But these damn bugs are eating me alive. Me too. Come on, let's go inside and read. It's getting kind of chilly out anyway. Well, there it is, the end of chapter 2 of volume 2. As you can see, we are now upon chapter 3, which we will pick up in the next session. The title of which is, "And Here My Troubles Began." Well, let me stop sharing here. All right. My friends, that brings us to the end of another version of Mouse. It's a disturbing story, but one that has to be told. It has to be understood. You know, it's really no wonder that this offering was presented with the esteemed award of a Pulitzer Prize. I remember my college history professor, he made us read this, and he said it took him a while to get his arms wrapped around the fact that this was an important work, but it was indeed, and it is, and it remains that way. So anyway, I'm looking forward to continuing on, and I hope you join me next time. Keep in mind that we release every 2 weeks a new chapter, and you'll be able to access those on our Facebook page at the library's website. So, friends, until next time, this is Chap in the Cap, Mr. Tony, bidding you a good day, or a good night if you're watching me at midnight. So long, folks.